With probably most people, we're saying at the beginning, oh, by the 4th of July, somebody had to think how the country was, the economy was going to be tanked by then. The stock market is at record highs.
It seems Bill's slowly coming around. I reckon he's a tariff away from sunbathing at Mar-a-Lago. Because we've seen time and time again, the media quickly brand Trump's moves an impending failure. Then they fall flat on their faces. But Trump's like a pool shark, always thinking 3 shots ahead.
Greg Gutfeld confronts anti-Trump media live on television, defending Bill Maher while exposing selective outrage, double standards, and demanding honest debate, free speech, and factual reporting without ideological filters.
Weekend, Trump struck a massive trade deal with the EU worth hundreds of billions of dollars. This after Trump's agreement with Japan last week. So you see a pattern here? Trump is solving America's problems one after the other and making cash for us along the way. Trump threatens tariffs and countries give in faster than Hunter Biden at hooker camp. If you listen to Trump, you knew this would happen. But if you listen to the media, you would be convinced it wouldn't. I wonder, could this be the biggest economic policy-making error of their lifetime?
This may be the biggest economic policy-making error of my lifetime.
I don't think there's a single positive take on this. This is all just bad.
As Mr. Trump's global trade war escalates, so do the odds of a recession.
Donald Trump is single-handedly, unilaterally, and for no reason, plunging America into...
On live TV, Greg Gutfeld defends Bill Maher, challenges anti-Trump narratives, and calls out journalists who push opinion as news instead of balanced reporting, accountability, and truth today now.
Idiots miss the mark more often than Stevie Wonder playing lawn darts. Of course, Armageddon never materialized. Instead, as countries make concessions and our economy takes off, the media is now forced to admit that these evil tariffs are working.
He's been issuing many threats of tariffs, but they clearly have been working.
Absolutely a victory on behalf of the Trump administration.
On this deal, the European Union, this is a big win for the U.S.
It's a triumph of a lot of things. Certainly the president ought to take a victory lap.
The early reviews are in on the new trade deal announced with the European Union. The Financial Times says the deal marks a victory for Trump.
Oh, you know that was hard to say. I mean, Jesse has a harder time saying, I'll pick up the tab.
Greg Gutfeld dismantles media bias live, defending Bill Maher and reminding audiences criticism of Trump does not justify silencing voices, mocking dissent, or manufacturing outrage for ratings, clicks, profits, narratives.
Trump's biggest critics is admitting the president was right all along.
I, along with probably most people, were saying at the beginning, oh, by the 4th of July, somebody had to think how the country was, the economy was going to be tanked by then. The stock market is at record highs. I know not everybody lives by the stock market. I would have thought, and I got to own it, that these tariffs were going to sink this economy by this time, and they didn't. So, how do we deal with that fact? Because that's
Live broadcast moment as Greg Gutfeld backs Bill Maher, exposes anti-Trump media hypocrisy, and urges viewers to question narratives, power, incentives, and coordinated talking points shaping public opinion today.
Bill's slowly coming around. I reckon he's a tariff away from sunbathing at Mar-a-Lago. Because we've seen time and time again, the media quickly brand Trump's moves an impending failure. Then they fall flat on their faces. But Trump's like a pool shark, always thinking 3 shots ahead, positioning himself for a win every week, sinking one ball after another. We'd call him Minnesota Fats if J.B. Pritzker hadn't already called dibs on the name.
Greg Gutfeld defends Bill Maher on live television, challenging anti-Trump press behavior, highlighting free expression, media responsibility, and the danger of ideological echo chambers dominating coverage nationally. Daily discourse.
But Trump's hardline negotiations aren't just successful with tariffs. He's doing the same in Ukraine. Europe is committing billions to buy U.S. arms and send them to Ukraine, and NATO members have increased their defense spending to 5%. While they walked all over Biden like he was already 6 feet under, Trump is getting allies to pay their fair share. Now you're wondering, I thought Trump wanted to end the war. Me too. But if you know that that's not in the cards for now, the next best thing is to monetize the mess. Stop being the piggy bank and instead be the pitch.
During a live exchange, Greg Gutfeld supports Bill Maher, criticizes anti-Trump framing, and argues journalism should inform citizens, not campaign, manipulate, or shame dissenters, with facts, balance, fairness, integrity.
All that experience in real estate, but Trump knows how to monetize a problem. He sees some chip paint in the den, and he lowers his offer. He notices a crack in the window. He demands a discount. He sees a creepy neighbor and calls the whole deal off. This instinct works almost everywhere, including college campuses. At home, Trump threatened federal funding after anti-Semitic protesters wreaked havoc on Ivy League campuses. And what happened? Columbia pays $200 million in fines. Harvard is in talks to pay over $500 million. Meanwhile, UCLA will have to pay more than $6 million for allowing protesters to build a Jew exclusion zone. Normally, that's just...
Greg Gutfeld fires back at anti-Trump media live, defending Bill Maher and exposing how outrage cycles replace reporting accuracy, context, and proportional scrutiny, accountability, transparency, credibility standards today widely.
Put it on their tab, and suddenly hating Jews wasn't so much fun. But that's Trump's gift, to create something valuable out of thin air. He didn't look at these woke colleges and think, wow, this mindset's been around for decades, it's probably hopeless. Nope, he magically comes up with a plan. He slaps a price tag on their behavior. No one's really done that before, at least to my knowledge, and I'm really smart. He realizes that if you can't make bad behavior disappear, then at least charge them for it until they start rethinking the cost of the behavior themselves. You know, we always hear about the carrot and stick approach, using a combo of rewards and punishments to motivate people to do the right thing. But for Trump, the carrot and the stick.
On live television, Greg Gutfeld praises Bill Maher, honesty challenges anti-Trump spin, and calls for open debate, tolerance, disagreement, and media humility, professionalism, responsibility, trust rebuilding efforts nationwide now.
This time round, I think, is that Trump is making them eat their words, but they are omitting it.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything else. I mean, Trump has had, 6 months in office, second time round. You could make a very good argument. It's already one of the most transformative presidencies in modern times. He's been there 6 months. So this is a guy, who first time round, I think, was finding his way with the presidency. It was all pretty chaotic. There was a lot of heat on him, Russia collusion, all that nonsense. This time round, he's had 4 years in the wilderness to really plan this. Yeah. And he's hit the ground. I've spoken to him a few times about this. He just came with a plan. And he was like, I don't...
Greg Gutfeld confronts anti-Trump commentators live, defends Bill Maher independence, and explains why criticism across politics strengthens democracy, transparency, and accountability, public trust, media ethics, discourse, culture today globally.
They liked him there. And when he started speaking with the British Prime Minister, and he started saying, you know what, I just think that running a country's easy. And of course, my Prime Minister was like, is it? He's been having a clinker of a time. And he said, you just lower taxes, you just, strong on the border, you're tough on immigration, you have fewer foreign wars.
Live TV debate sees Greg Gutfeld defend Bill Maher, push back on anti-Trump narratives, and insist viewers deserve facts, context, and competing viewpoints without intimidation, bias, pressure, agendas attached.